Hello everyone, quick video for you today about a fuel starvation problem that I had with my New Holland TN75DA. This is a 75 horsepower tractor, 3-cylinder, made in Italy, I believe. So I've purchased this tractor a number of years ago, and for about the last 2 years I had a bit of problem starting it. So I knew it was a fuel starvation issue, I just didn't know why. I changed the fuel filter, which is right here, but that didn't solve it. I emptied out the fuel tank, and the diesel that came out looked like dirty dishpan water. So I got rid of that, filled the tank up with fresh diesel, seemed to improve it, but didn't improve it 100%. So wasn't really sure what the problem was. So then through this winter, it was very hard blowing snow, and I just got fed up with always having to give it a shot of ether to get it going. I don't like to add ether. So what I did is I investigated this, which is the fuel pump, or what some people call the fuel lift pump. And because it's new, I think you already know that that was my problem. So very hard starting. I could plug the tractor in to get the block warm. I could use the thermo switch, which is, I believe it heats up maybe the inlet manifold. There are no glow plugs on this unit, so this is like a glow plug to heat the manifold up to, I guess get the air hot for going into the engine. Could be wrong on that, maybe somebody will correct me. Regardless, so now this is a mechanical fuel pump, it's not electric, and it runs off the engine. So there's a shaft with a lobe on it that runs this pump. And this will be a common pump or the way that this pump actuates would be very common for a diesel or a gas engine. So this is applicable in both of those circumstances. So let me tell you what I found. So this is my old pump right here. And I've already taken some of the screws out to make it easier for people to go through on this. You open this up and I found this filter. There's still a bit of crap on it. But majority of the stuff I found is in this little dish. And I actually found these two things. They look like little screws, but in fact they're rubber. I'm thinking, where did those come from? So I investigated a bit more into the pump. And when I pull this off, I found this. This is a check valve that should go there, but it broke off. That's the stem in that dish for this check valve, right there. I actually pried this plastic piece out earlier, and there's another check valve on the other side, and lo and behold, that check valve too was broken. The second peg that you see there is the stem for that one. The way that this pump works is the lobe will ride on to this arm, and the diaphragm will go down, and that will be a suction part of the pump cycle. When it comes off the lobe, there's a spring that pushes so when it comes off, this moves up and it will eject the fuel that by suction it has drawn from the tank. These two check valves work back and forth, given whether it's on the suction mode or on the pressure mode. One will open while the other one is closed, and vice versa. That's the way it pumps the fuel forward. Totally mechanical. I thought maybe these diaphragms here were going to be cracked or whatnot, but actually they're in excellent shape, still very pliable. So the problem is with these check valves right here. So what I did is went to my New Holland dealer, got a brand new pump, which was like $70. I got the new gasket that goes here, and I got the 4 washers for the banjo bolts. And installed that. I had to, because I pulled the pump out and disconnected these 2 banjo bolts, I got air into the system. So I had to bleed the system to get rid of the air, and you do that by actuating this while the top banjo bolt on your filter is open. And you crack it open only a couple of turns. You actuate this, the little trick for this is that for this to work properly, you see how there's no tension on this at all. There's no back pressure on this. So you have to bump your engine over until you get the lobe into position so that you'll feel resistance on this and you will know that the fuel is pumping. Right now it's like there's nothing to it. So bump the engine over until you get the lobe in the right place. You'll get resistance on this, and then you'll be pumping, as you're actuating this, you will be pumping fuel over to the filter. You have the banjo bolt that's loosened a couple of turns at the top, and you will, as you're pumping this, you will see and hear air coming out. When you get to the point where there's only a stream of diesel, you stop, you tighten that up. I think that's a 14 millimeter banjo bolt head also, and then you're ready to go. You can just go and start the engine. For me, it started beautifully. So the progression of the fuel is from the tank into this side of the pump. The diaphragms will be moving up and down as you're cranking the engine over. The diaphragms will be moving up and down, creating a suction and a pressure. The pressure will come out through here, sending the fuel to the fuel filter. From the fuel filter, it goes into the injector pump. The injector pump sends it to the injectors, provides fuel to the engine. Anyways, in summary, hard starting. I ended up replacing the fuel pump, which was, 80 some odd dollars, Canadian dollars that is, and it resolved the problem beautifully. No issues anymore. So, I hope this video serves you well.